Well, hello there, and welcome to episode 219 of the FlameFlash.net podcast. We're going live once again, so everybody's welcome to jump in if they happen to join us. And hello, Mordecai.
Hello.
How are you doing, bud?
Tired.
Tired. So, the last week in gaming, I know yesterday we played some Mario Party.
Hmm.
That seems to be a goal of everybody to do again tonight.
Yeah.
Um, what what? Oh, Thunderer is not interested, so we might do Stardew instead. We'll see.
Mm.
She is playing with her friends in Minecraft right now, so that's probably why. Correct? Yeah. Otherwise, we've been attempting a little bit of World of Warcraft. You went back to live rather than remix because you just haven't found remix enjoyable, right?
Right.
Yeah. Any other big gaming this week?
Not really.
It's kind of a tiring, draining week, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I didn't do much gaming either. Um, Jet's birthday was last week, and so after my date with Phoenix, we went to meet up with him and a few others at Social House again.
Hmm.
So played some pinball and stuff there. So pinball happened. Um, not really a massive amount of gaming per se, because socializing as well. Um, so I guess we can just launch straight into other news. We'll segue because a fun thing is that the PlayStation 5 has now officially outsold every Xbox console ever released.
Oh, wow.
This was a report done by IGN, but I'm just highly amused. Poor Xbox. Once the winner of the console wars back in the 360 era, even with the Red Ring of Death, now PlayStation consoles, or the PS5 itself, has outsold every Xbox console ever released. So 84 million Xbox units worldwide. Um, and PlayStation 5 is up to a little over that 84 million. Plus, Microsoft didn't do really very well in the other eras and areas. The Series X and S sales haven't been made public, but analysts think probably a 2-to-1 ratio. So for every two PlayStations, there's one Xbox out there. And this console generation has supposedly been PlayStation or Sony's most profitable yet. But they've started talking about PS6 in very vague terms. The 5 has been out only 5 years. So we're probably looking at another 5 years before the 6 really hits. And honestly, we as a family have been slowly transitioning to PC more,
Yeah.
aside from Nintendo. So, if anything, um, the Steam devices might be more up my alley. Did we talk about Steam last week, or was that this week that it came out? Um, Steam Machine announcement. When was that? 4 days ago. Okay, that is new news. Yes. So the last bit of gaming news then, and we're just going to segue on over, is the Steam Machine.
Hmm.
So you know the Steam Deck. Valve also then announced a Steam controller, which is basically the Steam Deck's controls without the screen. So then you can just connect to your computer and go. Similarly, however, they then announced a Steam Machine. It's a PC console. So it'll still run the Steam OS, and it's going to be this cube sitting wherever you want to sit it, either in next plugging into your TV or a monitor, and there you go. The iPads are talking to us again. It's a pretty cool concept because it is, for all intents and purposes, a new console.
Yeah.
The other cool aspect of that, though, is Windows 11 or Windows 10 just shuttered. Everybody's either upgrade to Windows 10 or 11, or your computer is no longer going to be safe situation.
Mm-hmm.
Microsoft stopped supporting it. Well, Valve's Steam OS, if they release it into the wild, could run on some of these old Windows 10 machines that are still good enough, but for whatever reason can't upgrade to 11, like my old gaming laptop. So that could breathe new life into old technology. So I am very, very hopeful, fingers crossed, that Valve releases SteamOS into the wild as something that you can just install on anything. Very hopeful there. The last piece that Steam then announced was the Steam Frame Meta headgear. So we're going to run right into competing with Meta with that.
Hmm.
So you have a full bevy of the deck, the controller,
The cube.
the cube, and the frame. What's cool is that the frame has all of the tech that the Steam Deck has. So it is an independent console in and of itself. But you can also plug in a Wi-Fi fob into your computer or the Steam machine and wirelessly connect. So then you can stream stuff from one of those devices to the frame. So the frame itself, like the, say, Meta, you can wear it, you can install stuff on it, but you could also seamlessly stream from Steam to the frame. And you can even use the Steam Deck or the Steam controller with the frame if it's a game that isn't technically VR. Like, think about sitting back and relaxing with Stardew Valley on a controller.
Yeah.
And just this massive frame VR view in front of you. Or Civ. Or really anything. Because the trackpads on the Steam controller, the new Steam controller, are going to be pretty strong for mouse controls. So we're sitting pretty nicely for the next generation battle to already be starting, which is why Sony is probably already talking about PlayStation 6. Switch 2 just came out, and Nintendo, thanks to the Wii U, has forever been off cycle with everybody else since the Wii U floundered and they released the Switch just, lickety split as soon as they could. But it looks pretty cool. The hope is they hit the sweet spot of around $400 for the Steam Cube. That's the hope, because if they hit that sweet spot, people are more likely to invest.
Yeah.
If you go up to like above 500, it's going to start getting iffy on if people are going to buy that or just a different console.
Yeah.
But it can play Helldivers. It's supposed to be 6 times more powerful than the Steam Deck. So that's a pretty good kick. Like the Steam Deck can play Helldivers, not super well, but it can play it. So they're amping up to be ready to join the console war, which is just really really cool. Especially with Microsoft starting to back away from the console war and just releasing games. If they release, for instance, a Steam client for Game Pass, it's over. They've crossed sides, you know.
Yeah.
So we'll just have to wait and see what happens. I'm excited. I'm very excited for what's to come. Any other thoughts about the Steam Deck? I mean, you and I have pretty beefy computers. Like I did a can I run it just earlier today, since your brother was trying to invite us to Battlefield 6, even though neither of us own it, and our computers can run Battlefield 6. Like,
Do you think you could get it from me then?
nice try. Um,
Well, I mean, I don't have the money for it,
yeah,
so.
I know. Christmas is coming, though I think everybody has shopped for you in the household already. Um, something to keep in mind. But it's there. It has the power.
Yeah.
Call of Duty 7, I think, could also run on it. I'm not generally much of a shooter guy. I'm more a social shooter, say Overwatch, Fortnite, that kind of thing.
Hmm.
Helldivers. But it's still cool that our machines can run it. I did hear there's a medic option in Battlefield, so that's what has me interested in Battlefield, being the medic, you know.
Is there like a tank role at all?
And it is cross-play from everything I've been searching,
Hmm.
so that's another um, bonus. It looks like it's assault, engineer, support, and recon. So I'm not sure which is which. Let's see here. Assault is the frontline fighter. Engineer is vehicle support. Support is literally you're resupplying, providing health, deploying cover, and then recon, you're the sniper, long range support, and intel gathering. So with a squad of 4, if there's a decent team campaign group, that'd be pretty cool.
I could probably go for the engineer.
Oh, and you'd be interested in the engineer. Cool. Your brother would, I would assume, either be assault or recon,
Yeah.
just because that's what he does. That's his play style.
Yeah.
Charging in, like swinging the Reinhardt hammer everywhere, you know. But
Yeah, I'm mostly just tank.
yeah, yeah, same. So it's something to look forward to. It's something to consider. I would definitely like to try a demo out if one is available before fully committing, you know.
Are you checking if the demo's
I
available?
might as well check to see if a demo is available. Whee! Let's see here. There is not.
There doesn't appear to be a demo.
No, there's RedSec, the ultimate free-to-play FPS destination built on Battlefield's DNA, featuring a battle royale gauntlet and the power of Portal. So I don't really know what that is, but it certainly doesn't look like um, there's a demo right now.
Dang.
But yeah, look at those specs: 16 gigs of RAM, That's us. The Radeon graphics card, I think the one we have. I'd have to double check that, but like I am pretty confident that's our specs right there. Like we
Nice.
have an i7. Our graphics card is 8 gigs. Doesn't really say scanning for what else, but I went to the Can I Run It site and it was like, you can run it at recommended settings, thumbs up. So good news for us.
Yeah.
Any other gaming thoughts, however?
Not really.
Not really. Um, I guess my understanding is that Gambit and Rogue are hitting Marvel Rivals pretty soon. Gambit's as a healer. Not quite sure what Rogue is coming in as.
I think also a healer.
Also a healer. That's going to be weird.
I'm not sure for sure.
Hmm.
Gambit is out though.
Oh, Gambit, but not Rogue yet.
Right.
Okay, so that makes more sense. That's why we don't know yet. Okay, cool. But yeah. Um, gaming just gaming is good, as one might say. It's gaming looks good.
There's a possibility she's either a vanguard or strategist, which honestly and personally I think vanguard would make more sense.
Tank.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. But we'll just wait and see. Any other gaming news or thoughts that you've heard of recently? No,
Nope.
no. In other geekery, a my Megatron 86 arrived finally,
I saw that.
and oh, he looks good. I mean, he comes with the little gun model so that others could hold him, big air quotes, so that alt mode,
Hmm.
and then his other alt mode is a tank. But
He has two alt modes.
he technically has two alt modes basically. One, it's just, an accessory that another Decepticon or another character can hold,
Hmm.
but technically has two alt modes. Um, very solid character. Um, transfer the transformation process felt a little awkward, but the engineering required to shift the iconic looking 1986 Megatron into a tank took some doing. So, hats off to them.
I think I remember seeing some sort of transformer. I don't remember the name, but I remember seeing a transformer that had like three alt modes.
There are those that have multiple alt modes. It's difficult, especially in toy form, to pull that off, but they do exist in the lore to have multiple alt modes.
Yeah, well, I mean, like, there was a toy I saw somewhere that could turn into a train, a plane, and something else, but I don't remember.
Oh, that sounds like Astro Train, frankly. He's space shuttle or a train or a robot. Blitzwing is also well known, supposedly, to be a jet, tank, or robot. I mean, the third one's always robot, but
Yeah.
Astro Train is kind of the most famous because he's in the 86 era, or at least the most famous to me.
Is there a Astro Train toy where he can turn into those?
I don't know.
Because I remember seeing it somewhere.
It looks that way. Astro Train, transform and get us out of here. It looks like the Earthrise line is probably what has him.
I wouldn't mind that on my Christmas list.
He's a pretty cool figure, that's for sure. Yeah, Astro Train, 2 alt modes, the space shuttle and the train.
Nice.
Hence the name, Astro Train. But so in geekery news, in gaming news, life is good. And even in LGBT news, life is good. The Supreme Court said, nah, we don't want to hear arguments. It's too recent. We're not taking up the landmark same-sex marriage precedent, which means it stands. So I remember you mentioning that a week or two ago, and it stands. It is no longer at risk right now.
Awesome.
Doesn't mean it couldn't in the future, but the person that was pushing for it the hardest, a county clerk, a former county clerk by the name of Kim Davis, she was told to kick rocks,
Hmm.
basically. So pretty sweet. And let's keep the transition train rolling, because speaking of LGBT news, and we'll get there. We'll get there. Yeah, you already know where I'm going with this, but some Epstein emails leaked that put Trump in a rather compromising position with somebody by the nickname of Bubba. Now, it's not for sure certain who Bubba might be, but in that era, it was usually a slang term used for President Clinton.
Hmm.
So, I mean, we don't know for sure, but it's a very mask sounding name regardless. So, the only way Trump can successfully disprove that it's not President Clinton is to release a picture of who it is or was. So he's screwed no matter what. Quite literally.
Yeah.
It's glorious. It's absolutely glorious. Um, he has come out, not in that way, uh, pushing for more investigations of those tied to Epstein, but specifically his political opponents. He wants the Justice Department to ignore any ties to him, even though the House is set to vote on the Epstein list sometime next week.
Hmm.
That doesn't mean it's going to go anywhere, because the next process would be to go to the Senate, and the next process would be literally Trump's desk, and he'd veto that. So the House is going to have to present enough votes that it becomes veto proof. So we're a ways away from finally seeing this list, but some of the emails leaking are just absolutely chef's kiss glorious. Like, I don't care who's on it, frankly. Everyone that is on that list should be thrown in jail.
Yeah.
Party agnostic. Everyone should go. But he's floundering. And it's the second time actions, presumably by Bill Clinton, have definitely not been PG-13 and are, well, possibly bringing down a president. At one of the times it was himself, but this other time, wow. Just to put it in a very crass way, Trump must have wanted a taste of the presidency.
I've seen that on TikTok a bunch.
Yeah. It's a good joke. It's a bad joke. It's terrible, but it's a good one. I mean,
Yeah.
it shows that Clinton was also a slime ball. Not for what they did together, they were two consenting adults, but for everything else related to Epstein.
Yeah.
But for the party of and the government shutdown ended, by the
Hmm.
way. Um, did we discuss that last week? Or I don't think. I
I
think
don't.
this happened on Monday.
I don't remember.
This happened on Monday that a bunch of Democrat senators that are either retiring or not up for election in 2026 did an end run around the rest of the party, broke with the party, and said, "Yeah, we'll go ahead and help the government reopen, but the Republicans didn't pass a clean CR this time around. They poison pilled it." So, you know how January 6th happened?
Hmm.
Trump's pardoning two more January 6thers. And in this bill are a group of senators, Republican senators, the government reopening bill,
Hmm.
that can now sue the government for $1 million each for defamation or some such. It's like, why in the world did you guys vote and give $1 million grant to these particular senators, basically? It's gross. Talk about corruption, you know?
Yeah.
Um, they also snuck in some THC provisions. That's the reactive chemical agent in marijuana and whatnot to give people a high. I'm on the fence on if it is done with any goal of actually protecting people or if it's done because the alcohol industry needs a leg up again. It was proposed by the great turtle, Mitch McConnell, senator, and I question his motives. The states were doing a good enough job of managing content and putting rules in place about the content. So I didn't really feel like it was necessary for the federal government to step in and put a really hard cap that pushes that limit way down to like 0.02 or something. I didn't look at the numbers, but it heavily is going to weaken the market. Heavily. Dumb. But just some slimy things that they kept saying, "Oh yeah, let's reopen the government, clean CR," and then they sneak in all of these other things and don't even give us the thing that we asked for with, extending um, Obamacare subsidies. So people are still going to be paying out the nose for health insurance and the snowball effect as people drop out of the pool And so then more people have to pay more, or the fewer people have to pay more. They just don't seem to understand the math of the situation whatsoever. They've been promised a vote, but Republicans are dragging their feet, which is no surprise to anyone, and is why they push for forcing a vote was there in the first place. So they're already breaking their promises.
Lovely.
Yeah, yep. Otherwise, everybody's kind of ticked at Chuck Schumer, who is the Senate Minority Leader for the Democrats, because of this end run that happened. We'll see if anything actually comes of that. But it's a mess. Epstein files are still a mess, but we're getting closer to resolving the mess. All the messes. All the best messes. But he's going full unhinged whenever he's asked about it at this point. And it's glorious. Absolutely glorious. He's not being his showman self with the reporters anymore. He's going off instead. It's glorious. That's a guilty man right there. You know, a guilty man that has lost control of the narrative.
Yeah.
But any other thoughts? Any other news items you want to pull in?
Not really. I'm just tired.
You're tired, yeah. Well, it was a good day. We went over to Menards and got some treats out and about, and replaced toilet seat. I replaced the toilet seat. Got some rock fill for the driveway because, well, there are some holes needed filling. We are not sponsored, but yes, we saved big money at Menards. Menards would like to sponsor. Well, by all means, feel free. I'll even sing the jingle for you guys.
But also, we're not popular enough.
But also, thank you for that brutal slap of honesty and facts.
Yep.
Yeah. But there we have it. So feel free to join the conversation either in chat on Twitch, flameflash.net, or the podcast feed. Email in podcast@flameflash.net, or stop by and leave a comment over on YouTube. I didn't actually peek at YouTube to see if anybody had commented. I don't think they had. I think Gage has disengaged. Yeah, he has. But I mean, supposedly I have some random, probably clickbait subscription, but I'm not even clicking on that one because it's probably like an accountant.
Yeah.
But off we'll go. So feel free to engage. Feel free to write in.
Live with honor.
And remember, freedom and autonomy are rights of all sentient beings. Take care.